guys, and welcome back to the channel. We're getting ready to head off to Lake Guntersville, do some bass fishing, some pre-fishing for the first BFL of the season that kicks off here in a couple of weeks. But real quick, before we head over there, I want to talk to you about my boat and do a little detailed walk through about my setup, how I've got it rigged and all that. I guess now I've been fishing about 12 years, so I've been in a good bit of boat brands, almost all of them, with the exception of a few of the newer ones. But dude, I mean, the Falcon bass boat beats all of them on every aspect. The ride is tremendous. We've got good speed. I mean, it's not a racing boat, but low to mid 70s, this thing cruises. Great control. So yeah, nothing but good things to say about this boat. So let's get into the details on it. The neighbors' dogs are going absolutely ballistic this morning. So 2023 Falcon 21-foot tournament edition. This is the tournament edition hull. So from my knowledge, this and the 205 series are the two of the quickest hulls. And then you got the Predator. So the Predator's the top of the line hull. It's going to be, I think it's 5 inches wider or 5 inches longer on the front deck, or somewhere along those lines. But anyways, the Predator's built more for comfort. It's more like the Cadillac hull, and then versus the 21 TE, this is going to be more for your speed. So up here on the front, I'm still running the Minn Kota Ultrex. You know, they're coming out with all these brushless motors like the Quest and the Power Pole Move. And you know, I've seen them in action and they're great, but that price tag's just a little too steep for me. So I'm sticking with the Ultrex. It's been a great motor. This is my second one. I had one on my Triton, and I've heard a lot of people talk crap about them, and honestly, they have never left me stranded. Knock on wood. So I'm gonna stick with the Ultrex for now. This was a new addition when I bought the Falcon. I've never had it before. This is the 360 imaging. It has been a huge player for me, fishing docks, offshore, grass lines, really everything, every aspect from shallow to mid-depth to deep. The 360 has played key and helped me catch a ton more fish that I would have never caught without it. So from now on, I'm always going to have the 360 on my boat. And I've got a Solix 12 up here and a Helix 10. And so eventually I'm going to do a in-depth video of how I set up my electronics and how I use them to find fish on the lake. But anyways, yeah, got the Helix 10. I run mapping and then the 2D sonar on it. And then on the Solix, I run map and the 360. So we'll move down here to the console. I've got the Solix 12, and you know, I run side scan, down scan, map of course, and a little bit of 2D. And you know, it took me a little bit of getting used to just having one unit. I had two back here on my Triton, and it's a little bit of a curve. I mean, you can set up, the way the Solix is set up, you can set up a whole bunch of custom layouts and make it a lot easier for you when you're just using one screen. But at the end of the day, I would prefer to have 2 units back here. On the back, we're powered by the Mercury Pro XS 250 4-stroke. Guys, the 4-stroke is amazing. Going from the 2-stroke to the 4-stroke, it's great. I've had it for a year, and cranking it up still gets me every time. Then we're running the 23 pitch Fury prop. So like I said, tournament loaded, this boat is gonna run me anywhere from 73 to 75 in the wintertime. And that's with a passenger, fully loaded, tournament gear, live wells. But in the summertime, it's about 72, 73-ish. I'm always at least in those low 70s, mid 70s. I mean, great performance boat. Like I said, it rides great, handles waves, amazing. And I forgot to mention, I got the Atlas hydraulic jack plate. That's my first time to ever have a hydraulic jack plate. Man, it is amazing, you know, especially in rough water, running in skinny water. Either drop that thing down when it gets rough or raise it way up to run in, you know, a foot or less. But yeah, powered by Mercury Pro XS. And here is a huge selling point on these Falcon boats. So these back hatches actually fold out of the way. It gives you a whole bunch of access to this back compartment. So yeah, look at all that room. I mean, you can get down there. You got all your live well pumps down there and the fish lung. We'll show you that here in a second. But yeah, all this room to work. I mean, look at that. That's insane at all the room. So I've got all my trolling motor batteries over here. These are Interstate AGMs. They're a cheaper battery. I don't normally run the cheaper batteries, but I decided to go with it in this boat. And honestly, you know, after hearing all the bad things about lithium, I've heard great things and I've heard bad things. But I've just heard too many bad things about lithium, so I decided to stick with the AGMs. And so far, you know, these batteries have lasted me great. I haven't noticed any power loss in these batteries. I've had them for a year, so we're gonna keep on trucking with them. And then I've got my cranking battery over here by itself. And so you're probably wondering what this fish lung is. It's a new live well system. It's just hit the market. And so what it does, you know, this is your housing, that's where all your controls are, and then this is called the unibody. And so what this does is this is actually where it breaks down the molecules to create the oxygen. And so what it's doing is it's actually super saturating the water in your live well. So it works with your live well pumps, but you know, like your recirc and all that, you don't need it anymore. It's pumping in an average of 14 to 16 parts per million of oxygen. That's a crazy amount of oxygen, because normal traditional live well systems are lucky to have 4 to 5 parts per million. And you actually start seeing mortality rates in bass at 4 parts per million. And what it does is it's from oxygen deprivation from our live wells. And so what it does is it starts stressing the fish out, gives them brain damage and different bad effects from oxygen deprivation, eventually leading to those fish dying. So that's the goal here with fish lung, is to keep our fish alive for many generations to come, and also keeping the good genetics in the lake. Because, you know, you pull these fish out for tournaments, take them to the weigh-in, and, you know, if they've been in a deprivated live well or in an oxygen deprivated live well all day, you know, they might live to make it to weigh-in, but think about brain damage or, you know, those type of long-term effects. Those fish are not going to make it, and that's why you see a lot of delayed mortality rates, like days, several hours to days after big tournaments. And that's why you see a lot of these dead floating fish at the ramps. So I encourage you to look up and study more on that. I think the industry has not done a good job of teaching us that, because I actually had no clue about delayed mortality rate until I found out about the fish lung. And what it does, you know, back here, that's how it operates. And then you go to your live well, and it has a stone, very easy to install. And so that's what actually pumps out the oxygen. So that's the back deck. That's the back deck layout. Then we'll hop in this boat and show you. We've got storage box, live well, of course. We got this sea deck material. It's filthy right now, and I love it. This water just drifts right off of it. Doesn't hold water real bad. Got the box right there. And then we'll get into more of my storage. So right here, this is my main rod box. I keep all my casting rods in there. And then this right storage is where I keep my spinning rods, my filthy line bag, the real graveyard down there, my spinning rods, and then 1 or 2 extra rods, my net. Then our tackle storage. I keep all my plastics here on the side. And then my boxes, you know, this comes installed, at least in the tournament edition boats, this tackle divider, so it's real organized. And then it's all one big box, just with 2 lids. So it goes on in here. Still got my plastics going for miles. And then a whole bunch of swim baits up there. So this boat has been the favorite one that I've owned, which I've only personally owned 2 boats. This one and the Triton, but this is literally my favorite boat I've ever been in. And it's not just a sales pitch, you know. I bought this boat from Dry Creek Marine in Trinity, Alabama. They're a Falcon dealer, Mercury dealer too. They also carry a bunch of other boats, and they're a Mercury, Suzuki, and a Yamaha dealer now. But they've been doing all my Mercury work ever since I bought my first boat, the Triton. That was back in 2019. And then, you know, in high school and college, I fished out of my dad's boat. So we've actually been doing business with Dry Creek for close to 10 years. And very exceptional work. They do great rigging. They rigged all this stuff on the boat. I didn't do any of it. And they do great service work on these Mercuries, and all motor brands for that, but you know, I've only owned a Mercury. So but yeah, if you're looking for a boat, new, used, looking for some service work on your engine, check them out. It's Dry Creek Marine. They're located in Trinity, Alabama. But anyways, guys, if you got any questions, drop them down below. I'll be glad to answer them. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. But we're about to get this rig on the road and go fish Guntersville. It's been pretty much a month since I've been fishing. If you live down here in the south, you know, we just got over that ice storm, had everything thawing out. I've been working a lot. So yeah, fishing's been put on the back burner, but we are about to get out there and hopefully catch some bass. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.